Guys, today we're playing Rage on the PlayStation 3. This is going to be a somewhat slow start, but bear with me. It's still a good game and worth the watch. And I'm on this video. I mean, come on. That should be like your reason right there, honestly. Alright, I tried to actually film this earlier, but I forgot to push record on one thing because I got to record video, sound, I gotta make sure it's synced, blah blah blah. There's probably an easier way. I'm just too lazy to find out. I'm not gonna show you the whole video of this. Basically an asteroid hits Earth or something and people die, and some people turn to mutants, some people go and hide, and eventually a post-apocalyptic world takes place, kind of like Fallout or something from Mad Max. There you go, you're caught up. Now it runs on the Rage engine, or I guess this is the ID Tech 5? Actually, I think it might be Tech 6. I think 5 is Doom 3. I don't know, look it up. It's the latest engine that they have. And people complain because I think they were expecting Fallout 3. And even though the environments are similar, this is a completely different kind of game. This runs at 60 frames per second, which I guess if you had the PC, Fallout would probably run that fast, if not faster. But the human eye is only capable of seeing 60 frames per second, so it's nice to know that your stats... Why would I invert that? It's 1992 or something. I'm going to accept. That's good. Thank you. But yeah, like this, for a console, this is impressive with this amount of detail. So we got dead bodies in here, that's pretty cool. So this game constantly streams. This was actually a 6 gig install on the PlayStation 3, and 3-disc set on Xbox 360. I think that it also had an option for like a game install too, but that's pretty big. That's the biggest install I've ever had in a game. What sucks is that if you look up like that or down, you can notice that the textures are streaming, and if you look in a direction really fast, it has to catch up and render something. I kind of feel like that should have been patched or fixed or recoded it, but you know, for what it is, it's still pretty impressive. I'm impressed by this game. I like it, and when you're playing and you're really into the game, you really don't notice it that much. I heard that the filtering's a little bit better on the 360, but all versions have their issues. I heard the PC version actually has the most issues, when that's usually like the perfect port, but I think with time that probably will be the perfect port eventually. So, you know, whatever. So here we are, going into the grown-up world. And boy, what a grown-up world it is. See, look at that detail. It's pretty cool, you know. I don't know why people are griping. Seriously, this isn't really... I mean, there's RPG aspects of it, like talking to people, but it's not supposed to be an RPG. It's an ID and our id Software type of game, so... Like, to me, this is like the evolution of like Doom and Quake. It's not meant to be Fallout. It's a different kind of game. And it's actually not a corridor shooter, which is nice, you know? So this part right here is going to be kind of boring, but you know, we'll live through it. We're going to get in, you know. I know you got questions. As long as a stranger says get in, you should be safe. If you look right here, you can notice a little Doom guy ahead. They actually never named the guy, so he's just Doom guy. I guess I'm playing as the Rage guy. That's John Goodman. You might remember him from the show Roseanne. Or that big blue monster on Monsters Incorporated. Or John Goodman's also in that terrible Blues Brothers sequel. So this is a really nice looking game. like, even though it has texture streaming issues, like the stuff off in the distance is pretty cool, and it's all running on 60 frames. The average game that like has this amount of detail usually doesn't run on 60 frames. It usually runs on a nice 30. There's not a lot of 30 games per second games. The only game that I can think of is Call of Duty, and even that drops at times. This stays pretty constant. The only problem is this weird texture streaming, but the worlds are pretty big. The only thing I don't understand with all this streaming, there are like considerable load times in between like different areas. I apologize for that little preview of my friends. I should have turned that off. It's always in one person too. So Skullcrest, if you're watching, you're on camera.
And for you.
So yeah, the interiors of this pretty detailed.
I've got a plan that might get us both out of this mess.
Oh, you do. I never actually finished this game. If you'd like to see a playthrough of this game, it wasn't like a issue with the difficulty or something like that. I think if I tried, I could finish it. If you'd like a request like a playthrough or something, if enough people, or just a few, or maybe even one person, if I feel like I would want to do something, if you guys would like to see another playthrough, let me know. Like, sometimes I just don't have the gameplay, like the gaming skills to actually finish some of these games, but I'd let you know if that's something you want to see. I'm definitely not going to be able to show you this whole game in one sitting. That would take up so much room on my hard drive, it might explode. I don't have like a terabyte or so hard drive, so I would have no room. Plus the editing software would probably explode trying to render everything. There's the stuff I need, but nope. Gotta listen to his long-ass story.
You know, I put a lot at risk to save
Lip
you.
syncing, not the best.
Not just my life, but the lives of everyone here.
Okay, that's great.
I survived this.
Give me that shit and I'll do whatever you say. I don't care about your long-ass story. Come on.
So here's what I need you to do.
Okay. You don't need to whisper. Just give me the guns.
Plain and simple.
Once those guns start going off, it won't matter if anybody's whispering or not.
You can use one of my ATVs in the
Okay,
garage,
thank you for letting me use your ATV. Let me have the gun.
table.
That's like
you won't just get my thanks.
Dead Island,
Come
the way
back
it's
alive and I'll
accept
dig
our
up some
decline.
armor that'll fit over that
Except my
arc
guy
suit
doesn't
you're
talk when he
wearing.
accepts
One
it.
more thing.
Thank
Those
you.
bandits shouldn't be
Yep,
too hard
nice
to take
gun.
down.
Ooh, shiny,
you.
well built,
I
opens,
heard there's something
closes.
special about you,
Yeah,
RP.
nice. Whoa, even spins. Extra feature. How about that? Let's get on to the ATV. The controls on one of these aren't realistic, which is nice. It has a very arcade feel, very smooth. Has a boost button. Kind of controls like MotorStorm, if you ever played that game. I'm thinking about doing another video because I didn't record it on the best equipment at the time. I feel like if it was recording on the stuff I'm recording with now, it would look a whole lot better. But that's a different day and a different video. Right now, we're on an ATV going across the wasteland, and what to expect, no one knows. That's really a lie. I played this before. But as far as you know, no one knows, because that's part of the video. You know all the mystery, the anticipation, all that good crap. So here we are. If you noticed, well, I'm sure you noticed me crashing, driving like I've been drinking here. No, I haven't been drinking. That would make for an inappropriate video. At least for this. I don't know. But if you look on your right, if you see the dots, if you go anywhere on this game, follow the dots. That's your destination marker. It's pretty easy, straightforward stuff there if you played most of these kinds of games. More straightforward than usual. I'd say it's more akin to Grand Theft Auto. It's pretty accurate on where you have to go, and it switches if you go past somewhere, so it's pretty accurate. It's a nice little drop. See, these textures, if they're low res from far away, they still look good, and the lighting's good the way they do everything, so it's really a nice looking game. I mean, whoever really complained about this is a nitpicker. It's not gonna be Fallout 3. I heard the ending sucks. Alright, maybe it doesn't have the best story. I don't know. I haven't played it. I heard it ended up abruptly. Since they have all the assets, they should make a sequel if that's the case. But all these people complaining, they went off to remake the third Doom, so I don't know what they're gonna do like after that. I think Doom 4 is being used with this engine, but they should either make a sequel of this game or basically make more games with this engine, because this is a nice engine. The only thing that, beside the streaming issues, that I would like to see if something else was made with this, if it's possible, maybe it's not possible with this engine, I don't know, are like hit detection physics after one shot, because if you look at them, they act like they're hit, but then after like the other shots, they don't really move, and they have to finish whatever animation they do. I'd like to see that, and I would like to see the environments more destructible. Like, for instance, find something. See that? It just has a little bullet decal on it. FYI, make sure you check all the bodies, because this is a looting game. Oh, and you have unlimited room, kind of like Dead Island, so that's pretty cool. So you can carry as much stuff as you want, and you want to find as much stuff as you can, because you can actually use it to build stuff, kind of like Dead Island. I really like this game, and I like Dead Island too, so if I'm mentioning both of those games, it's a good thing. Again, environments not destructible. I would like to see that in either a sequel or another game running on this engine, but I've been spoiled by playing the Battlefield series, at least Battlefield Bad Company series and the latest Battlefield 3. Like, after playing that, I want to see everything blow up. Even Call of Duty's kind of guilty for nothing destructible. Most things destructible in Call of Duty are like either glass or some kind of like quick time event. Oh, right in the testing success suck. But usually, like Call of Duty, if a building blows up in the background or something, that's most of the only destruction you see. But like this game, it runs at 60 frames per second. So I wonder what this game would be capable of if you lowered the frame rate a little bit. Maybe it would be capable of a lot more. I don't know. I know the Battlefield series, at least on the consoles, all run on 30 frames per second. So the environments on those games are super, well, especially Battlefield 3, and the lighting on them is amazing too. Not to promote a different game, I'm playing this one, but yeah, like all those games run on 30 frames per second on consoles. So I wonder if they lowered the frame rate on this to 30, which is a reasonable frame rate.
Look at what Hagar said to
if it would be capable of doing more. Maybe the streaming wouldn't be as bad.
Take him to the kill.
It's a nice extreme close-up. This game does have nice textures once they load in. I must say.
Ah, you're awake.
This room, rotten corpses.
I like my prey to know what's
kind of creepy, depressing. Just the way you want it.
This will hurt.
Oh, and it does hurt. The screen's fading black. So now you have a defibrillator. Hope I'm not butchering that. Have a slight speech impediment. I'm from Virginia. Okay. When I do this, I think watching Breaking Bad, which if you watch this in 2015, it might not be as relevant. Breaking Bad at the time right now is a pretty popular show, and think about that guy that committed suicide in Breaking Bad when he put one of the ends of the wires in his mouth and one on his chest and killed himself. Good stuff. If you haven't watched that show, it's on Netflix right now, all the way up to season 4, and then if you have on demand, which if you have cable you probably have, you can catch up on the other episodes. Alright, enough with advertising TV. I know that's the most cliche show to advertise. Louie's not as cliche. Check that one out too. That's a good funny show. It's not a drama like this. But back to Rage.
What the? Who's that?
You you notice, this isn't like Call of Duty. People aren't gonna stand around in one place and shoot at you while you can aim and just shoot them. Did I check this guy? I did not. For shame. You also get 2 different types of ammo for the gun. I'm not switching. I'm not even sure if I have any. In this apocalypse, only the beds and lamps survive. Oh, the controls feel a little bit, I guess, a bit more loose than Call of Duty. You can tell that they really had like the frame rate and the mouse controls kind of in mind when they made this, because the analog sticks are super sensitive. Like, you might want to lower them, especially if you're like a gamer like me and you're using the PlayStation. Because I accidentally switched my weapon. I want a gun. Well, I don't have any ammunition now that I noticed that on the left side of the inventory I only had 1 bullet selected. But like, I feel like with a PlayStation controller, a lot of times you have to lower the sensitivity. The Xbox 360 isn't as bad in that regards because the analog sticks are a lot tighter. But with me, it's a personal preference. A lot of times with FPSs with the PS3, I lowered the sensitivity. But when I had my 360, I didn't seem to come into that problem as much. But, you know, it's a preference thing. I know people that raise the sensitivity on the PlayStation controller. It's just not me. And I keep on talking about 30 frames per second, but I don't know if that, I don't think that shows on YouTube. I think YouTube only does 30. So it might look weird. Speaking of Breaking Bad, I just remembered this was the game that one of the characters was playing on Breaking Bad. When he's practicing shooting a gun. He was actually using a light gun, which obviously this is just a first-person shooter. It's not a light gun game, so they must have had support, or maybe like id Software gave them money or something to like show their game, because if you look scattered around, there's like a strategy guide and everything. And there wasn't a crosshair, I don't think, on there. I don't know, it looked kind of different. I could be completely wrong, but I'm sure like anything on that, like if you show a label or a game or something, you gotta pay royalties. That's why, like, sometimes on sitcoms, people always have like off-brands and everything because they don't want to pay the real people. It's a really nice looking game. I like the little rays of light that are coming out of the mirror. One thing that they should do, in my opinion, is make blood splash and stick on everything, but again, that might be an issue with the streaming. But if I personally designed a game, that blood would be everywhere. I'd lower the detailing graphics and just do that. I say all this stuff, but I know absolutely nothing about programming. Oh, that hurts, and I keep on pushing the wrong button. My controller is going through a bit of wear and tear. It's about time that I look into getting a new one, because it's getting super sensitive because the buttons are getting weird. Which, I guess with any controller happens. Except my NES controller, that's lasting forever, but that doesn't have like analog buttons on it. It's only the analog buttons that you really have to put. And I'm really nitpicky about the analog sticks, but I don't know. I got that Batman controller that I got because the analog sticks are tighter, and it's like a 360 controller. I should actually start using that for the first-person shooter game. I was, and then I just have been using this out of habit. Plus, it takes up a USB slot on my PlayStation 3, and I got so much shit plugged in. So much shit, it only goes up to 4, so I'm exaggerating a bit. Alright, I'm going around in circles. Not the wisest thing to do. I'm like a lost little orphan right now. I don't know where quite to go. wish I could take their guns. What is that? I think it's like 45 or something. I need my empty beer bottles because I recycle. That's the whole reason why I'm going on this rampage, because they're not recycling. That'd be a scary thought. I bet this environment would be so much more cleaner if there was like this guy that just blew your brains out if you didn't recycle. Trauma, if you're listening, that's your next movie. If you're not familiar with Trauma, look it up. Make sure your mom's not around. Alright. Being shot at. Don't want to go through the whole defibrillator scene. So I had to hide in the corner and wait for it to charge like most of these types of games. I remember playing Halo, and that was like the first game I think I remember recharging it with the shields. There's probably been one before that. That's just the first one that comes to mind. But then I remember playing the second Call of Duty, and the first Call of Duty you get med packs. So when you recharge on Call of Duty, at first I was just really confused. It just felt so out of place, and now it's like common in every game possible. Even the more realistic World War II shooters like Brothers in Arms, except that one. That one drains a lot faster, and there's a mode to make it realistic, but you know. I don't know how realistic the third person is, but yeah. It had that, so. Oh, we're on a zip line. Now we kind of feel like we're playing Mirror's Edge here. Alright. And off to the creepy basement we go. As cliche as it is, I'd like to play a game that takes place in like maybe like a gigantic haunted house and it was first person. And it was like really cheesy, like an 80s movie. That'd be kind of cool. I'd play it. See, I wish I was in game design. That'd be like a dream for me just to be in game design, because I don't think, like I was saying in a different video, I don't remember which one, I don't think it's hard to make at least a passable game. You can make a mediocre game, and I think it's hard to make like a good critically acclaimed game, but I think you have to just not care if you have the right resources and you're not being rushed to just create an absolutely shit game. So I would love to be part of game design. Maybe people wouldn't like my games, I don't know. Like, I'm talking completely out of inexperience and working in the game field, but that would be something I would love to do. Just to design the stuff, maybe draw for the designs and character concepts and stuff like that, and like kind of write or what the game would be like. That'd be so awesome. So yeah, one of the things you might learn from this video is when you watch my that's a flashy thing, that's just for delivering, so we got to go back to that place. But yeah, one of the things you might notice about this video that you'll have to deal with is hearing my dreams of me wanting to be a game designer amongst other things. So there you go. As you can see on your right, I'm following the dotted line. It kind of shows you where you got to go destination wise. Pretty awesome, pretty handy. I like it, I approve. I'd put a stamp on the game, the stamp of approval, but it would mess up the artwork on the disc or the disc in general, so I choose not to. So you kind of just get like a metaphoric, like idea-based stamp of approval, which is just as good, really. You just can't like trade it in or put it on eBay or anything, because you really can't sell an idea unless you printed it out. So maybe you can sell an idea. I don't know. I'm rambling. So back into the house. Remember to visit Hill by the junk you collected. I'll keep that in mind. So, no your texture streaming.
Good work. We're all a little safer because of that.
Oh, thank you.
You got our thanks and that suit of armor I promised.
Alright.
But as you can see,
suit of armor. Now I need you to do me a favor.
Listen,
practice your lip syncing.
The settlement was attacked while you were gone. Bunch of bandits we've never seen before.
Uh-oh, sounds serious.
Take anything, they just came for the
yeah,
kill.
I wish I could show more concern.
We have some good people hurt.
Man, there's no anti-aliasing in this game, it looks like. Oh, well, this looks good.
Help again.
Of course you do. But I'm going to end this video here. I think this was a nicely, like, I think this was a decently long video. Sorry, while I'm playing the game, I'm trying to talk at the same time. I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. Anyway, but that's good. It's random, interesting, fun, good video. I'm self-promoting here. But anyway, this is Rage on the PlayStation 3. If you'd like to see more, just request it, and I'll be more than happy to play more for you. And it'll be cool and it'll be fun. I'll have an excuse to play video games. But anyway, yeah, thanks for watching. Here's a guy, he's dying. That's cool, I guess. Not really, not cool at all. But anyway, I have a list of consoles on my channel description. Make sure you check that out. If there's a game you want me to play on any of those consoles, send me a message either on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, you know, the works. Send me a message, just a way to contact me. Let me know what game you want me to play as long as they're on those consoles, and I'll be more than happy to play it. Anyway, thank you for watching. This has been fun. I hope you had a good time watching me and my little misadventures. So I look forward to talking to you guys on the next video, and take care and all that jazz. Alright, make sure to subscribe, like, and leave a comment on the video. I forgot to mention that. And for the 50th time, again, I probably said it like 5 times already. Thanks for watching. Alright, take care. Bye.